Welcome to another edition of Church Media Design TV, tips, tricks, and how-to for you, the church media designer. Well, I'm your host, Brad Zimmerman, and back from their 4th of July celebration, it's the three wise men and Jesus. Born in the USA, it's Dwight Schrute, Little Whitey, and Colonel Sanders. And knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door, it's Jesus Christ, the Son of the Lord Most High. Well, on this week's edition of ChurchMediaDesign.tv, we're going to be doing a huge, and I mean huge, church media freebie roundup. So I'm going to have more links than you can handle. So if the three wise men and Jesus are back from their festive celebration, let's get into it. Well, like I said, we have a whole huge roundup of links for you guys this week of free church resources. Now, these are videos, illustrations, camp packages, to teaching outlines, to audio backtracks, to sermon illustrations, the whole 9 yards. And some of these websites I will go through pretty slowly, and some of these sites I'm going to motor through. So make sure you head over to ChurchMediaDesign.tv and check out all of the links there. I know sometimes you guys don't head over to the website and look at the links because I say them on the show and you can remember them, but there's going to be a lot of them. I think there's almost 30 different websites, and I'm guessing there's a few thousand freebies for you guys. So get ready because there's a lot of it. And the place we're going to start is at the Creative MYK. Creative MYK is free Christian graphics and networking for Christian artists. You can check out my profile there, creativemyk.com/churchmediadesign. And on here, they have a ton of free graphics. They have free vectors. They have free Photoshop files. They have all sorts of great stuff. So Creative MYK has a lot of great things, as well as you can do go on their discussion boards. I'm really active in their discussion boards, as well as they have critiques. So you can throw up something like, hey, I'm working on a new church logo. What do you guys think? What should I change? That kind of stuff. So it's a great place to go for that. The next place, like I said, we're going to try to go fast through this because there's a lot of things. So the next place we're going to is churchtechtalk.com. And Church Tech Talk, again, is another church podcast. It's the audio roundtable from some of the guys in Kentucky, from Southeast Christian Church in Louisville, I think is the name. I've forgotten right now. But they have a lot of freebies on their site. And as you know, they also do vineresources.com. And Vine Resources is all of their sermon packages, and you get, they actually just started doing HD stuff, so they have high definition versions or church definition. I think they're all high definition though, but HD versions of all of their content. And you get videos and countdown clocks and layered Photoshop files, and these are all pre-done series. So they have, different ones like, motion and reveal and kingdom, like we gave away, but ours was different, and love God and all sorts of different stuff. So Vine Resources is by the guys from Church Tech Talk, but Church Tech Talk actually has other downloads. Like, you can go to their movie downloads on churchtechtalk.com and check out all of these different things. So they have a wide 3D nativity loop, and they have high-res alpha tree growing, and they have Jason's ink drops, which I actually made into those Photoshop brushes a while back. So there's a lot of great stuff there. Moving on, I got a great email from a friend of the show, Nevin Hooker, who makes Countdown Creator. Sent me an email and he said, hey Brad, I would love for you to pass this along because I want it to be a great resource for the church, and it's freecountdowns.net. And he is giving away a bunch of free countdowns. So there's a list of all different high-def ones, and there are some chroma ones. So if you need a chroma background one, so if you don't want to take the time to put together a countdown, you can go on here and find a whole bunch of different countdowns. So check out freecountdowns.net. Next is Open, and it's from lifechurch.tv. It's open.lifechurch.tv, and they have lifechurch.tv is a church network and of churches, because there's a few different campuses that they have, and they have put on all of their different sermon illustrations, video intros for their messages, and packages of teaching curriculum for kids and for middle school and high school, and they have a whole ton of different stuff. And so I would encourage you to check out open.lifechurch.tv. I'm hoping actually to get an interview with these guys in the near future. So if you know somebody from there that can give me that interview, please let me know. Brad at ChurchMediaDesign.tv, because I would love to talk to them more about this, because this is kind of them and Vine Resources and some of these other sites have really started this movement of community in the church. Why make some visuals and then not do anything with them? Why just keep them for yourself at your church when you can pass them along? And I think that's the way. I know people need to make money. I mean, I need to make money to keep the show going, and a lot of people need to make an income. But if you're doing this stuff and you're getting paid already to do it, and then it just sits on the shelf, why not share it with others? And I know there's a lot of people with that heart. So I would love to go into more detail about that, but we got to move on. So next we're going to go to Northside Christian Church Creative Resources. And Northside is a similar thing to Vine Resources, and you can find this at mynorthside.com/creative. And they have a whole bunch of different series packages, like this one, Rethink Worship. And this one basically is just a PSD file that you can download, but they have some different things, and all of them are designed really well. So I would encourage you to check out mynorthside.com/creative for some great series titles and graphics. Next is Seacoast All Access. Now, Seacoast is another church that's putting all of their resource online, so you can go to this message tab, and again, it's all of their messages and packages for their message. So, you know, we can go to this Beatitude, and it's 8 weeks, and they have some things for purchase, but some things for free download. So you can purchase a CD, or you can just download the MP3 for free and the message notes of actually what was taught, as well as you can download, you know, their roll-in bulletin cover, Evite, third screen, which is their PSD file. And so there's a lot of great stuff that goes into this package and all of their packages. So I'd encourage you to check out all of the stuff at seacoastallaccess.org. So that's another great resource. And one of the newest ones I just found out about is openresources.org. And I'm not totally sure who's behind this. Well, actually, it says here, Fairfax Community Church, Northwest Community Church, The Hanger, The Hanger, I can't read, The Hanger. You can check out this one called The 30-Day Journey, and it's based off of, I'm guessing it's based off of Morgan Spurlock's show, which is like 30-Day Challenges, which came off of his Supersize movie. But anyway, that's all that to say, they have a lot of different great series packages that you can check out, like Road Trip and Splash and Fearfully and Wonderfully Made, and a lot of different great things and a lot of different great graphics you can get from it. And the other thing to keep in mind is some of these are layered Photoshop file, PSD files, that you can go in and edit and actually make work closer to you. So maybe you like the look of some of these things at these different sites, but maybe you don't like the name of it and you want to change out the name, or you want to add more to the name or change out some of the colors or something like that. So keep that in mind when you're going to all these sites, but check out openresources.org. Next is from New Spring Ministries and New Spring Church, and they have all of their different series stuff on here. You can go to their resource page and you can find ministry downloads, message bundles, message intro videos, graphics, and roadmaps, or service outlines and message outlines in PDF format. So New Spring Ministries has a lot of great stuff there, and so I'd encourage you to check out their site. Next, we have a really great site that I really want to encourage you guys to check out, because the vision behind this site is very different but very similar to a lot of the other sites, and this is muddyrivermedia.org. So this site has everything from worship backgrounds to countdown clocks to all sorts of different stuff. They have curriculum, they have music videos, they have quiz game stuff, they have small group videos, they have street interviews, testimonials. And one of the best things about the site, well, it's not really the best thing, but it's one of my favorite things, is that ChurchMediaDesign.tv is a producer for it. And I said, man, these guys are trying to give away all of this free stuff, and the vision that is behind this is the guy that actually started it is a church media missionary, and he actually is a full-time missionary making media for churches. And this is actually a nonprofit organization. You can hear an interview on Churchy Media podcast. He did an interview on there, and you can hear all about the vision and history behind Muddy River Media. But you can go to our page and actually subscribe to our RSS feed, and he actually takes all of the free resources that we put on our site and puts them on there for download for all of these churches. And I would really encourage you to check out muddyrivermedia.org. And they just have a ton of great stuff, and I really want you guys to support what's going on at Muddy River Media. If you check out any of the sites from today, I would encourage you to check out this one. The next site is ChurchMedia.net, and this site has been around for a long time, and this is a great place of community information about things that are going on in the church. And they have a whole set of forums that say, I'm like looking for graphic software. They have the Idea Factory section. They have all sorts of different stuff. So they have a lot of great critiques on here, as well as they have their Media Exchange Center where you can go find graphics. So check out churchmedia.net. Now next we're going to go to something that's not so image related, but this is audio related. And I talked about some free audio sites in the past, but this one is very closely linked to the church, and this is sacredloops.org. Now, we use Reason, which is a MIDI computer software to hook up a MIDI keyboard to your computer, and that controls your keyboard. And sacredloops.org is a great source of loops that you can use with Reason. So David Crowder Band actually uses Reason for all of their songs, and so people have actually gone through and redone the backing tracks for like David Crowder songs and Tim Hughes and Steve Fee and all these different people, and you can find all of these songs on their site. And so there's a lot of different resources. They actually just redid the site a little while ago, and so if you go down here, you can actually go to sacredloops.org/content, and that will take you to all of their stuff. And so if you go to this Reason page, you'll see Reason 3 has the most stuff. And you can see all of these different songs that they have in here. Christ Alone, Deliver Me, Enough, Every Move I Make, Everything Glorious. I mean, all sorts of great songs. Here's Our King. All of these songs that we play all the time. So these are great backing tracks that you can use for your church. The next kind of off-the-cuff thing is a movie clips that illustrate and inspire, and this is an amazing site. It's wingclips.com, and these are movies like I'm looking at Robots, Get Smart that just came out, Horton Hears a Who, Mrs. Doubtfire, Walk the Line, The Devil Wears Prada, and these are all movie clips that have been cut down, and actually they give you an idea of how you can work these into your messages, and these are all copyright taken care of stuff that you don't need to worry about those copyright issues. You have the rights to play these, and you can pay to get a high quality version of it, or you can get a lower res version of it for free. So you can go get the latest. I mean, I really can't believe that Get Smart is on here already. It just came out in the theater when I'm taping this right now, and it's already on the site. So you can get clips and sermon outlines from Get Smart, and I mean, it has, what, 6 or 7 different clips here, and the themes that are used in it and how you can work this into your message. So I would encourage you guys to check out wingclips.com for a lot of great media. So this next section of freebies comes from church media producers. Now these producers make videos for sale at websites like Sermon Spice and Worship House Media, but they also give you free content every once in a while. Some of these people give away free content that's been the same free content for a year, and some of it's a monthly basis. So I would encourage you to check out the website and figure out, should I come back to this site once a month, or is this the only time I'm going to get something free from them? But it's a great way to check out, like, do I like the quality of what this company does? Do I like the theology behind what they're doing, and that kind of stuff, to see if it fits with your ministry. So our first site is worshipgraphics.com. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see free stuff here is God Going Green and Coming Home for Christmas, Where's the Beef? So a bunch of different free stuff from them. Next, we have organicvideos.com, and they have a list of free resources of motion backgrounds on here, and they got some good ambient ones and some crosses on the hill with clouds and all that kind of good stuff. Next, we have Floodgate Productions, and they have a free download, and here you'll find various high-quality items for your use in service and ministry. Check back often for more great free stuff, and this is a monthly freebie, so check out floodgateproductions.com. Next, we have Midnight Oil Productions, and if you head to midnightoilproductions.com, at the top of the page, you'll see freebies. And in here, they have free samples from some of their different packages, as well as if you subscribe to their monthly freebie, you'll get an email about a different freebie that comes out each month, which is really nice because then you don't have to go back and forth to their website hoping that you're going to find when the new thing comes out. So thank you, Midnight Oil, for doing that. Next, we have 1172, and you can find their freebies at 1172.com. And if you scroll down on their page, you will see a freebie in the bottom corner here, and they have a free video for this month about fear, and it says today's threat level and has our awesome color bars. Thank you, George Bush and our awesome government, for the threat level orange, because what does orange mean? I don't know, but let's move on. Worship House Media always has a freebie each month, so if you go down on their site or on their main page, you'll see a free download, and this free download happens to be, this one, their free downloads change out randomly, but this free download happens to be from Steelhouse, and it's commandment number 1 from their 10 Commandments series, which is a really cool animated series. So check out worshiphousemedia.com's freebies. Next, another worship gathering house is sermonspice.com. Sermonspice.com has some free videos over here under resources. You'll see free video, and you'll be able to find some free stuff from sermonspice.com. Next, we have graphicsforworship.com. Graphicsforworship.com has some free media over here on the left side of their page. Click there and you'll find some free images and free videos from graphicsforworship.com, and I know that they want you to grab these resources, and I've been in touch with a guy from graphicsforworship.com. He's a great guy and really wants to help out the church, so check out graphicsforworship.com. Next, as far as church media goes, as far as presentation of church media goes, there's a lot of different players, and Easy Worship is one of those software programs, and on their website they actually have free images that you can find. So if you go over to images on their website, you'll see free images, and they have a whole bunch of free stuff. I mean, there's hundreds of free images here. So check out the Easy Worship forum, and you'll find some great free images from Easy Worship, and that's at easyworship.com. Next, we have ignitermedia.com, and if you head over to ignitermedia.com and scroll down their page, they have a free download right now of a Harvest Field Countdown. I've seen a lot of different freebies from images to background loops. So check back to Igniter Media's site and find some freebies there. Moving on, we have forethoughtmedia.com. Now, forethoughtmedia.com has some freebies down here. They have some free downloads, articles, resource links. But if you go under their downloads, you'll find some different freebies, and they actually have an archive of their freebies, so they don't get rid of them after each. They do a bi-monthly freebie, and those bi-monthly freebies stay up. So check out forethoughtmedia.com. Worshipfilms.com has some free resources right at the top of their page. Click on free resources, and you'll have to sign in, but you can get a bunch of different free stuff from them. So check out worshipfilms.com for some freebies, as well as you can head over to Digital Hotcakes, and at the top of their page they have free downloads, and you can click there and you'll get a free download mail list subscribe that you can subscribe to, and you'll find the file that you can download right now. And I'm pretty sure they change this out each month, so and they do not sell your email address, so that's a good thing to remember. So head over to animationsforvideo.com, which is home of Digital Hotcakes, and get yourself some free videos. And lastly on my list is sermonvideos.com, and sermonvideos.com, you can find some freebies on their website. Right here you can see their current freebie, and this is a loopable worship background of Jesus's feet on the cross. So check out sermonvideos.com. Now that was a huge list, and I know it was kind of exhaustive, and maybe you didn't want to know where each thing was on each page, but I showed you anyway, and hopefully it will be helpful if you couldn't find them in the first place. But I wanted to give you guys that list of resources so that in the summertime, when sometimes giving's a little low and they put you on a budget freeze so you can't spend any money, you won't need to spend money because you can go find a ton of free stuff. And it's worth just spending a day or two and going to all of these sites and getting all of these free resources so that later on you can have a good archive of stuff to be like, oh, why buy that when we can just go look through and see if we have something that already fits. So I would encourage you to go check out this stuff and start building an archive of free media that you can use for your church. in the future, we're going to actually be doing another freebie list of like free image websites, free vector websites, free video websites. And if you have any suggestions for any of those, as well as if you have any suggestions of free church media that I've forgotten, please leave a comment on the webpage that says what that website is so others can find it, or send me an email so that I can let everybody know about that in the future. So get yourself some free church resources. Well, one of the ways that I found a lot of these great church resources is again through my favorite friend, Google Reader. Now, Google Reader is an RSS reading program that you can shove in websites and get feeds of what new content is coming on all these different sites. But one of the things, I started using Google Reader on that new laptop that we got for the church and on a couple other computers when I'm away from my desk. And one of the things I noticed was that Google Reader wasn't working like I had used to have it working. It was functioning a little differently, and I was like, hey, how come it doesn't do this? How do I get this setting that I had it? And I couldn't figure it out, and it wasn't in the settings. And then I realized that I had installed a Firefox add-on that made my Google Reader even better. And I want you to know about this because I think it'll make your Google Reader experience even better. And this is the best reasoning behind some of these things. One of the biggest things that it does is normally when you're looking at a list, you can list view or expanded view, and when you look at a post you can see it, and if you click on the title it will take you to the website so that you can see the full post and see the website. Now this blog, Outlaw Design Blog, in their posts, they only gives you like 2 sentences, and then it says, this is content summary only. Visit my website for full links, other content, and more. And the reason they're doing this most likely is because they want you to see their sponsors, and that's how they're getting their hits and they're getting their money for their website, which is totally understandable, but it doesn't spit through most of the full content for this RSS, and so it's like, I would just rather unsubscribe to this blog because I'm not getting the content fast enough like I want to until I do this Google Reader add-on. If you go do a search for Better G Reader in Google, you'll find this Firefox add-on, the Better G Reader 0.2.5, and this compiles some of the best Grease Monkey user scripts and stylish skins for Google Reader into one convenient interface. So if we install this, which I already have, so I'm going to go up to Tools and then down to Add-ons, and I'm just going to enable Better G Reader, and I'm going to restart Firefox real quick. And now that we restart Firefox, we'll go back to our Google Reader, and we have this same Outlaw Design blog. And now when I click on Liquid Color here, instead of it taking me to their website, it actually loads the website inside Google Reader so that I can see the full website the way it would be displayed in a new tab or a new window, which is really nice when you want to see, you know, like, hey, check out the new design of our site. Well, you can just click it and see the entire new design of the site. Or for sites like this where they force you to go to their site to see the actual content, you can just click on it there. The other really nice thing it does is it adds fave icons to all of your different feeds. So you can see I have tons of different feeds in here, and it adds, like for Smashing Magazine, you can see their nice Smashing Magazine icon. And again, if I click on it, it will bring the full Smashing Magazine site within this window. And the cool thing is if you want to actually open that up in a new tab, you can still center click on your mouse wheel and it will open it up in a new tab. So get yourself the Better G Reader and make your Google Reader even better. Well, this week's freebie is another series package that we've done in the past, and I think it's a little more relevant today than it's ever been. It's called Entrusted, and it was a series about finances and how we've been entrusted with finances, as well as how we've been entrusted with the environment and resources. So when we're dealing with high gas prices and the whole going green and all of that kind of stuff, we can talk about how God has entrusted us with all of these resources and we're supposed to do His work with them. So this is a great series, and it's going to come with a worship background, motion background, as well as a title graphic. And you can download all of these things from ChurchMediaDesign.tv. So go check out this free Entrusted series background and put it into use and be entrusted with God's creation. Today's inspiration comes to you in form of a movie that has been out for a while but is an amazing example of how we can do motion graphics work in a serious movie and do really cool stuff, but that not distract from the story and the idea, but actually add to the story. And the movie is Stranger Than Fiction. It's Will Ferrell's serious movie. You know, all the comedians have to do their serious movie now these days. And it was his serious movie. And MK12, which is mk12.com, which MK12 is a full-service lateral hyper-threaded tactile design and research bureau. At least that's what their website tells me, and a whole lot more. Go and check out the info on their site because it's ridiculous, but funny and ridiculous. But anyway, they did a really great job of taking this guy who's got a very scientific mind and is a accountant. He works for the IRS and he's all about numbers, and showing how the numbers game in his mind is played out and how he envisions life. And it's such a great way of illustrating a point through the visual nature and not through the way he talks, but really seeing how his mind works in a visual matter. So I'd encourage you to check out Stranger Than Fiction and really get the DVD and watch the special features, because they do an interview with MK12 on how they came up with the design concepts and how they did their pre-production of how they actually got to their final product. So it's a really good workflow piece so that you can see how they got to that end product and the amazing graphics that they do in that movie. So check out Stranger Than Fiction. This week's edition of Church Media Design TV is sponsored in part by Kramer Co. Feel the noise. Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Church Media Design TV. Well, it's July 7th, I think, right now, and I'm currently in Jamaica. I'm actually in Jamaica with Experience Mission on a mission trip, which I'm super excited about going on, and I'm sure I'm having a blast while I'm there. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen with next week's episode. There might be an episode, there might be a Where's Whitey, there might be something else. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to have something for you. I promise you something, but I don't know what. But in the meantime, I really want you guys to stay in touch. And I really want to keep getting those emails from you guys, and you've been doing a great job of sending those to me. So send me an email, brad@ChurchMediaDesign.tv, or hit me up on Skype, or hit me up on Facebook, add us become a fan of us. All these different ways to stay in touch, but please stay in touch and head over to the website and find all of those links to all those church resources, because there is going to be a giant list of resources there. So I hope all of these resources will be great for you and your church ministry, and consider helping out others. The whole idea of all of these church resources is people who wanted to help each other out. They're doing this because they know that God has given them a gift, and they're going to give their gift to somebody else. And we want to help create those distraction-free worship environments and help people connect with, God in church, in our small groups, and all of these different ways. So use your gift and help somebody else out. And if you can do it for free and give it away, please do that. And if you have stuff that you're like, man, we did this really great video and we'd like to give it away, let me know, or let Muddy River know, and get that stuff out there so other people can get their hands on it. So as for me and the three wise men and Jesus, we're saying see you later.